The human heart can start dying just 7 minutes after a major attack, and for thousands of people over 60, that window closes before help ever arrives. This video isn't about hospital procedures or complicated treatments. It's about the 7 practical actions you can take during those critical minutes, even if you were completely alone, to dramatically increase your chance of survival. These steps are simple, proven, and can make the difference between a close call and a tragedy. I'll walk you through what to do, what not to do, and how to keep your heart beating long enough for emergency help to reach you. The truth is, most heart attack deaths in older adults happen before they ever reach the hospital. But if you know exactly what to do in those first minutes, your odds of survival can change completely. So stay with me until the end, because every single step matters. I'm Dr. Eli Morgan. I've spent over 30 years caring for patients in cardiac emergencies, and I've seen both heartbreaking losses and incredible turnarounds. Many of those who lived through their heart attack didn't do it by chance. They followed clear, simple steps like the ones I'm about to share with you. Step 1. Call emergency services immediately. When it comes to surviving a heart attack, every second is a heartbeat you can't afford to lose. The very first, and often the most powerful, action isn't a pill or a special trick. It's picking up the phone. One of the biggest mistakes I see seniors make is trying to wait it out, hoping the pain will pass. But during a heart attack, minutes equal muscle. The longer you wait, the more heart tissue dies. If you call emergency services the moment symptoms start, you've already given yourself a fighting chance. Here's what you should do. Dial 911 or your local emergency number. Speak slowly and clearly. Chest pain, shortness of breath, tightness, pressure. Put the phone on speaker so you can keep your hands free. Unlock the front door and clear the path to where you're resitting, so paramedics don't waste seconds breaking in. A retired teacher I once treated, Henry, was alone when he collapsed. His survival wasn't luck. It was because he called the moment the pain started, not after. And here's something few talk about. Paramedics don't just show up. They can start treatment on the way to the hospital. The earlier they're on their way, the better your outcome. Once that call is made and your environment is ready, your job shifts from panic to preserving your strength. And that brings us to your next step. Step 2. Chew an aspirin, if you're cleared to use it. The next 60 seconds can buy your heart precious time. If your doctor has ever told you it's safe, chewing an aspirin at the first sign of a heart attack can help slow the damage before the ambulance even arrives. Why chewing? Because when aspirin is chewed, not swallowed whole, it enters the bloodstream faster. It acts like a shield, making it harder for platelets to clump together and form a bigger blockage. Think of it as keeping the traffic in your arteries moving just enough to hold the line until help gets there. Here's how to do it right. Take 1 regular strength aspirin, 325 mg if your doctor has approved. Chew it slowly, don't swallow it whole. Wash it down with a small sip of water if needed. If you've never been advised by a doctor to use aspirin, skip this step and focus on the next actions. I'll never forget Thomas, a 67-year-old former postal worker who did exactly this when he felt crushing chest pressure alone at home. He later told me, "I didn't think a single tablet could buy me time." But it did. Aspirin isn't magic. It won't stop the heart attack. But it can slow the clock down just enough for the professionals to take over. And while the aspirin is doing its job inside, there's something equally critical you need to do on the outside. Step 3. Sit upright and loosen tight clothing. When your heart is under attack, how you position your body isn't just a comfort issue. It can literally change how much oxygen your heart receives. Leaning back or lying flat makes your heart work harder. But sitting upright helps your lungs expand, takes pressure off the chest and stabilizes blood flow. It's a small action with a surprisingly big impact. Here's exactly what to do. Find a stable chair or firm surface. Sit upright with your back supported. Loosen anything that restricts breathing. Shirt collars, belts, scarves, buttons. Keep your arms relaxed by your sides, not crossed over your chest. I once treated a woman named Maria, 74, who stayed calm while alone during her heart attack. By simply sitting upright and freeing her breathing, she gained the precious minutes needed for emergency help to arrive. Think of this step as giving your heart more room to fight. And if you feel dizzy, lightheaded, or like your heartbeat is fading, the next step may surprise you, but it has helped people stay conscious long enough to survive. Step 4. Use controlled coughing if you feel faint. This next step often raises eyebrows because it sounds strange at first. But in certain moments, a strong rhythmic cough can help you stay alive long enough for help to arrive. When blood flow to the heart drops sharply, your brain can lose oxygen fast. Controlled coughing works like a quick manual pump. Every deep breath and firm cough briefly pushes blood through your heart and keeps oxygen moving. Here's how to do it. Take a deep breath in, as much as you comfortably can. Cough hard from your diaphragm, not a shallow throat cough, like you were trying to clear something stuck. Repeat this pattern every 2 to 3 seconds if you feel your vision dimming or your body getting heavy. Keep the rhythm steady. If the feeling passes, return to sitting calmly. Let me be clear, this isn't a cure. It's a temporary bridge, a way to keep your brain and heart alive while waiting for emergency care. Years ago, a 69-year-old man named James collapsed alone in his garage. His quick decision to cough rhythmically kept him conscious until paramedics arrived, and later the cardiologist told him that those 3 minutes made the difference. This technique isn't for everyone, and if you feel worse, stop and focus on staying still. But for many people, this step has given them just enough time to survive. Once you've stabilized your breathing and circulation, the next step isn't about your heart directly, it's about your mind. Step 5. Breathe slowly and deeply to stay in control. Panic is the silent amplifier of every heart attack. It speeds your heart up, raises your blood pressure, and makes every symptom worse. But here's something powerful. Your breathing can calm your heart down. Deep, steady breaths trigger your body's relaxation response, lowering the stress signals flooding your system. When oxygen flows smoothly, your heart gets the support it desperately needs. Here's how to do it. Place one hand over your chest and the other on your belly. Inhale slowly through your nose for 4 seconds. Feel your belly expand. Exhale gently through pursed lips for 6 seconds, like blowing out a candle. Keep repeating. Focus on the rhythm, not the fear. I'll never forget Mr. Lee, a 76-year-old nurse who once shared that slow breathing was what kept her from blacking out while she waited for help. She said, "I focused on each breath like it was a lifeline." And she was right, because in that moment it was. Once your breathing steadies, your next mission is to protect your heart's energy, and that means stopping one of the most dangerous reflexes people have during a heart attack. Step 6. Stay completely still. Conserve every heartbeat. When your heart is in crisis, moving around can make things worse, fast. Even small movements can spike your heart's demand for oxygen, turning a survivable attack into a deadly one. The smartest thing you can do after calling for help and stabilizing your body is absolutely nothing. Here's what that looks like. Don't try to find your own medicine cabinet. Don't get up to unlock doors. You already did that in step 1. Don't walk to shake it off nor test if it is serious. Sit still, breathe, conserve, wait. I once spoke with Walter, a 71-year-old farmer who had a heart attack in his barn. He sat down on a hay bale, called for help, and didn't move a muscle until the paramedics arrived. His cardiologist later told him that his stillness bought his heart time to survive. So remind yourself, I've done what I can. My only job now is to stay still and stay alive. We're now at the final step, the one that can help you lock these survival actions into memory, so you never freeze if it happens for real. Step 7. Remember, and lock these steps into your mind. In a real heart attack, panic scrambles your memory. That is why this final step isn't a physical move, it is a mental anchor. If you can remember these 7 steps in order, you give yourself or someone you love a real shot at surviving those critical first minutes. Here's the quick recap. Call emergency services immediately. Chew an aspirin if your doctor has cleared it. Sit upright and free your breathing. Cough rhythmically if you feel faint. Breathe slowly to stay calm. Stay completely still. Remember the order. Rehearse it. A simple trick I teach many of my older patients is to repeat the phrase, call, chew, sit, cough, breathe, still, remember. This short line can act like a lifeline phrase, that stays in your head even in chaos. If you live alone or have a partner over 60, practice this once, just once. Because when the real moment comes, and I hope it never does, muscle memory can save precious minutes. And now that you know what to do, I want to make sure you never keep this knowledge to yourself. This knowledge can save a life. If you've made it to this point, you now know the same 7 critical steps that have helped countless people survive heart attacks alone. But knowledge like this only matters if it's remembered and shared. So here's what I want you to do next. Comment below. How old are you? And have you ever thought about what you'd do if this happened to you? Like and subscribe so you never miss new health strategies that can protect your future. And most importantly, share this video with someone you care about. You never know whose life might depend on what you just learned. Every time I treat someone who survives, it's rarely because of luck. It's because they knew what to do. And now, you do too. I'm Dr. Eli Morgan. Thank you for spending these few minutes with me. Take care of your heart, stay prepared, and remember, sometimes one calm action can change everything.